Okay, I done started this video twice, but I don't care at this point. Um, if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm trading, but I also wrote down some notes. So just take everything with a grain of salt. Hear me out, listen. Even before you comment, I don't care what y'all say in the comments, because this is my YouTube channel. But emotion is the first language. How emotion is the first language? Let me tell you. So, bro, I was downstairs the other day and I killed the bug, right? And this is gonna go into a loophole, but it's gonna round itself out eventually, type shit. So, just like I said, hear me. I killed the bug, and essentially, usually, I put no fault behind it. Like, meaning like, shit, I killed a bug. I killed the bug. Like, you feel me? Like, it is what it is. Like, as a man growing up, you know, your mom, and keep in mind, this is like for the people, not to say without a dad, because I got a dad, but my dad, when I was in the stages of remembering, he was there, but he wasn't living with us, let's just say that. And my mom would be like, oh my god, there's a bug, somebody kill it. Me being the nigga in the house, I mean, not the nigga, me being the little boy in the house, I had to learn how to do man stuff. You get what I'm saying? So growing up, this part of our emotions are dead. So naturally we don't think about it. We just think we gotta go kill the bug. But this bug also has, it's a spirit. It lives, it exists, it coincides with nature. It might not be appealing to your eyes as a human because of what the world inside of the world has taught you. But essentially, for this bug to exist, and it needs to have another bug that can kill this bug to do this thing, to keep the universe alive. Does that make sense? Like essentially, we have rats. You might not like a rat, but guess what? Eat rats. These birds in the sky. If we didn't have birds, you might not like birds. But if we didn't have birds, we wouldn't have the things that you didn't like down here to be able to kill these niggas. Like, essentially, like, if we didn't have bees to pollinate the flowers and shit like that, we wouldn't have certain shit going on. You get what I'm saying? Like, we need shit to catapult on top of it itself, essentially. But let me get back to the topic. I killed the bug, bro. And in my head, I'm like, you know, but it's right then and there, because I've been becoming a little self-aware. Right then and there, I was like, damn, that bug probably, that nigga was probably living, and he was probably scared for his life. Scared. I'm talking about, and I know it wasn't no probably. I know that nigga was scared for his life, because when I picked my big ass foot up and stepped on it, like, I could, like, that nigga legs he was trying to run. And like, you know, I didn't put no emotion behind it. But right then and there, as soon as I thought about it, I was like, damn, that nigga was really scared. I was like, damn, okay, well, it don't matter. And then that reassuring feeling came back again. Well, it don't matter anyway, because he was a bug. He probably didn't want to be a bug. He gonna come back a different life, and he gonna fulfill his soul purpose, type shit. He gonna come back in another life. It don't even matter. He gonna fulfill his soul purpose. And I'm like, nigga. So I killed the bug, and then it led me to the soul purpose. And I'm like, damn. Well, damn, does this nigga even know that he got a soul purpose? Because he probably was just scared for his little old life. Like, and he probably was fulfilling his soul purpose. His soul purpose might have been, shit, leading the world to greatness when it comes to whatever they're great at doing. You feel me? But I got into the way of that and stepped on that nigga. Essentially, his purpose might be greater than mine if we thinking on a 3D spectrum of greater and not great. But essentially, if we want to think like that, his sole purpose probably was greater, far greater than mine. Like, yeah, I'm enlightening y'all, but he probably enlightening a whole bunch of other bugs that's down there keeping the fucking ecosystem alive. But I got in the way with myself, with my ego, to go step on that nigga. You get what I'm saying? But this is here nor there. I'm not here to blame myself. I'm here to teach you that emotion is the first language. So, nigga, I killed that nigga and I was like, damn, do that nigga got a sole purpose? Like, I'm like, nigga, that nigga had a sole purpose. I'm like, okay, yeah, he a spirit. He or she was living and was scared as fuck, tried to leave its you know what I'm saying? It tried to word. I stepped on it, was like, damn, that nigga had a sole purpose. But then I thought about it. What the fuck does a sole purpose mean to a bug? Like, a bug don't know that it has a sole purpose. Like, how will the only reason we can understand that we got sole purposes is because of the word sole purpose. We can look up what sole purpose mean and figure out, oh, okay, this is then you can start like taking things from different places and being like, oh, this is part of my sole purpose. You really truly don't understand. Like I said, let's try to stay on track. Let me fix my hair, man. Try to stay on track. So boom, we only understand sole purpose through the words, right? But bugs don't understand words or our language, because the only reason we even understand, because we were trained to understand this language. We were taught that this is how we communicate, but there's no how is this the right way to communicate? Who says this is the right way to communicate, essentially? Like, so let me continue regardless of going into that, because that could lead me down a whole different path. What I'm trying to say is that the bug itself, that nigga don't know English, so how the fuck does he know about a sole purpose? What you gonna say? The bug got sole purpose in his own language, which he does, but it's not the same answer. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. How is it not the same? Like, how can I understand this sole purpose and understand my own sole purpose, but then you tell me that the bug can understand sole purpose, but he can't understand our sole purpose, but still have the same understanding of sole purpose? It don't make sense. Like, it don't make sense. So let me continue. I got to the conclusion, and I'm reading this shit. Hold on, so give me a second. Does bugs know they have a sole purpose? And if they would know, how would they even know or understand it due to English? Because of the words we have today, we only understand them through definition of the English words that's given to us. I even had the thought before, when I would go up, bro. I'm reading this shit because when I be in my head, I just be typing, and I be typing whatever words pop up with the picture that I'm picturing. So essentially, I'm meditating while I'm typing, nigga. Thinking when you can observe your thoughts, nigga. This shit a little weird, nigga. But look, I would go up to trees, bro. Nigga, if you kind of tap in with yourself and you just understand yourself, understand like the world type shit, that you are a part of this. Physical is a part of the world. So if you understand the world, if you look at yourself, essentially understand your senses, you can start feeling energies. Like you could feel energies, you can sense energies. Like, I don't think I'm saying anything very taboo. I'm pretty sure this is like something that is known already. Like, but like to a human's mind, a human's concept of the understanding of feeling energy, right? Not a lot of humans, I'm sure, even understand. They probably can. For example, you probably can tell someone's mood through the way they acting, by the energy that they're displaying, right? But if it's not in your head that this is the energy that they are doing, or this is energy that I'm looking at right now, then you might just think, oh, like, I know this person is mad, but I know he mad because I do the same thing. But in reality, you're interpreting that person's energy. In a sense, you were aware of your own energy and how you acted, or how this energy, when you felt, like, it's energy. Like, like when you just have to, you be aware sometimes, and you don't even understand that you're being aware. When you observing someone else, the only reason you can even understand someone else is because you understand yourself, because of the energies that you, like, it's you, but it's in someone else. But regardless, my bad. Back to the emotion, bro. I don't even know how or what the fuck I was just talking about, bro. Back to the emotion. I'm sorry, like, sometimes I get sidetracked, and I be having to, like, talk to y'all niggas. Like, I be really having to talk. Like, I be in my head allowing the words just to come out. Real shit. Sometimes I just be having to, like, real shit, bro. But like I'm saying, bro, like, sometimes, like, oh, energy. Like I was telling y'all, you can feel energy from trees. You can feel energy from dogs. You can feel energy from people. You feel energy from yourself. The heat, nigga, not even just heat, like energy, nigga, just, I don't know how to really truly explain it. I could just feel it. That's why emotion is your first language. Essentially, when you can feel something but don't have the words for it, then what is that? Like, why can you feel something first but the words don't pop up first? Because emotion is the first language that is given to you. I'm trying to tell you. Nigga, let me just continue. So boom, the trees give off energy, nigga. Everything that you do, in a sense, kind of gives energy, but you can control the energy. Not necessarily like, give me this energy, but you have, because you have energy, in a sense, you can play with it, like, type shit. It sounds crazy, but like, nigga, this is real. Like I'm sure, like, this is how people get manipulated. I'm sure this is how people like don't allow themselves to see. You have to have an open mind. Nigga, I would even have these thoughts as I would go up to the trees and the dogs and speak English, but I asked myself, how do they even understand me? Essentially, if I was taught to speak this language, so it's like, how am I? Because nigga, as a human, I'm sure you as a human talk to your dog. You as a human might not go outside and talk to trees, but you be like, damn, like, this tree really beautiful. Like, essentially, if a man or a woman was walking outside and they dress nicely, you'd be like, damn, you look very beautiful. You look very nice. It's simply an expression of the emotion that's what's inside of you, but we are able to put it into words because we were taught these words. So we would try to talk to a dog through our emotions, but with words. We would try to talk to anything with our emotions, but put them into words. But we were the only people taught words. How the fuck we gonna communicate with aliens if them niggas weren't taught here what words were? Like, how the fuck you gonna nigga, you gonna go to an alien and try to talk English as if that nigga can hear you? Nah, you've been thinking that aliens talk gibberish, but it's really you that talk gibberish, because we were taught a language that started here. But the emotion that was given to us, that was given to us through birth, nigga, is our emotions. Are y'all hearing me? Like, bro, okay. Then I understood we speak English for people to understand, but understand what? So yeah, although we do talk English, we talk English for people to understand, but what are they even trying to understand? Like, why are you even trying to talk? Because you're trying to explain how you feel, or how something made you feel, or what's going on. But what's going on is pictures inside of your head that is catapult into a emotion, which is just nothing more than a ball of energy, and you can't express it unless you have what you think is words, because people don't understand you without them, is what they try to put into our heads. Sorry, I'm looking at this. Just trying to make sure. Okay, just trying to make some. I'm trying to make some shit shake. You know what I'm saying? But yes, babies don't come out speaking English, but we understand them through emotions. That's a good example. That's a good example. Babies don't come out speaking English, but we understand them through crying, right? Them niggas start crying, you be like, oh, he ain't just crying for no reason. Like, would you expect that baby to come out and be like, nigga, I want a bottle? like that baby ain't gonna come out and just be like, nigga, I want a bottle. That nigga gonna cry for it. He's gonna use his or her emotions to get it. Like essentially, I don't know how that shit worked. Like, I don't know how that shit worked, but I just understand that it worked like that. Let me. Okay, the camera about to die soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up. But I already spent 16 minutes on this shit, so we should be good for some time. Same with animals though. Like, babies don't come out speaking English, but we can understand them. Same with animals. Animals don't come out speaking English, but you can teach them English for them to understand how you see them in your head. So you can speak English, teach them, and tell them the thing that you see inside of your head with a word. But you can do the same thing with emotion, though. Like, for real. Like, I don't know exactly. We were not taught to communicate with our emotions. Maybe if we was taught to communicate through our emotions, we wouldn't have so many people running rampant and goddamn crashing everything when they want to crash out. Maybe if we were taught to control our emotions, essentially controlling is just being able to control yourself, because essentially when you feel some type of way, you're going to crash out. But they say, oh, like, talk about your feelings so you don't crash out. But if you were able to, in a sense, kind of control it, or just understand, like, it's something that can be controlled, and you wouldn't need English for that. You wouldn't need, nigga, you can figure that shit out. Like, nigga, it's to the point where I think, like, we be telling ourselves so much, I want to do this, 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 I want to do this. But when you feel like all of those things that you want to do, you can picture it not happening, because essentially that picture is going to convert into some energy, which is just emotion, or energy, emotion. It's emotion. Energy would turn into a emotion expressed inside of a human. So if you're taking energy in order to communicate with that energy, in order to get that information from that energy, it will catapult itself into a expression of emotion. But that emotion can renaissance a memory, or it can because a lot of emotion is connected to memory. Like, nigga, this shit is crazy. Like nigga, like, I'm no scientist, nigga, I'm me, but because I understand myself, I'm able to help. So my camera, like I said, about to die. I'm gonna just try to continue. Same with a lot of things. So how come this isn't our first language, as it is something that is given to us at birth? Meaning, nigga, how we gonna sit here and say emotion isn't our first language, and we can't communicate with that, if naturally this is something that was given to us? We didn't have to use English if we didn't need to. But why do we need to now? Because a lot of people don't understand their emotions, so they try to negative. Because you don't understand your emotions, because you're trying to use communication, like you're trying to use the wrong communication. Like, how you gonna understand yourself through and not how you gonna understand yourself but not go to yourself? You trying to go to a language that tells you about yourself. But that language, shit, you can, what if that language is telling you a whole lie about yourself, and now you think that you saying the right things because of this language? It'll say this word means that every single time you feel like this is what this word means, and you think this word is the right thing, but the definition really means something else. Like, but then you got that shit inside your head thinking that this word is linked to this emotion, and every single time you saying it, you bringing something else in. Like, it's crazy. Like understand your communication, because if you can't understand, you can't understand yourself. Yourself is through the emotion, essentially, with you being able to control it. Because you being able to suppress it and control it is being able to have a balance with it. You need to balance out your emotions. That sound right? But as well as that, like, you know, understand what you want, understand what you want to do, go do it. But understand that what you want to do is through the feeling. Don't try to make that feeling into words everywhere, because with that feeling, even if that feeling is only expressed or showed out here, it's really coming from inside of here first. So with that feeling, once you start being able to nail it and be aware of it, yeah, it's like instead of waiting for the word, why not wait for the feeling? Because that feeling is the first line of communication before you get to the words. Like, with anything, like, for real, bro. So like, just understand yourself. I think that's the basics of this, just understanding yourself. I love y'all. Let me just continue reading this. We only even give words meaning when we can feel what that word means. You can replay that mode, and you can replay that until you get that, because I get that. We only give words meaning when we can feel what they mean. Like, have you ever read a passage and it didn't make sense, but when you could picture it in your mind, that's... Oh, I'm sorry. Have you ever read a passage and when it didn't make sense, but only made sense when you can picture it in your mind? Essentially, have you ever read something, maybe in English class, and was like, damn, this shit don't make sense. But then when you start to picture it inside of your mind, you're like, oh shit, okay, well this do make sense because he could do this, he could do this. Okay, this could make sense because he could do this, he could. That's your emotion, because you are first picturing it, but then you're understanding it through the pictures, essentially giving you this energy, which is emotion. And that didn't come from words. It did come from words, but you had to internalize it into emotion to understand it to you. The words didn't do that. The emotion within inside of you did. You just link these words to certain emotions within inside of you because we were programmed to learn these words.